you trying to finance a used truck in today, 2025, this is what you need to be doing. I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly what that is right now in this video. What's up, guys? Happy Monday, happy holiday week. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you guys are also ready for the holidays and the year about to end, guys. So if you are planning on buying yourself a used pickup truck, this is how you can finance yourself a used pickup truck or buy. This is like the best way to be able to go about it without you trying to lose any kind of money, guys. It's the same step I follow to be able to get my truck and previous trucks in the past and stuff. And I feel like when you are buying something, nobody want to lose money, Nobody want to lose money. At the end of the day, the goal is for you to save as much money as you can. You don't want to lose money. If you losing money, then that's something that you don't want to keep repeating. So what do you really need to do to be able to finance a used truck in 2025 and don't really have to lose too much money? Before I get into that, I want to say, guys, hold on real quick. If you are here for your first time on the channel, do me a huge favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Help support the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. Now let's talk about buying a used truck or financing a used truck without you losing any kind of money. So these are the things. Before you do any of this, before you go and buy yourself a used truck, first thing, you want to aim for a large down payment. So you want to really when I mean like a large down payment, you want to do like 20%. 20% of whatever that truck is selling for. You do 20%, especially if you're financing. 20% is ideal. I wouldn't go anything less than that. I think 20% is like the right step where you want to, that's like the right spot where you want to start at. So 20%. Also, another thing is, if let's say you go on a route of, pretty much trying to finance, you can do like a pre-approval financing from a credit union or a bank for a better rate. This is something very, very important, guys. I'm telling you, I have went down. This is not like my first time ever. I in the past, growing up and stuff like that, in my early 20s, went the route of me financing a couple vehicles and stuff, and I learned the hard way because my credit wasn't the best. And one thing I could tell you guys, the reason why it's very, very important for you to go to your credit union or your bank to get better rates is because a dealership, at the end of the day, car guys, whatever, cars, the person that's selling the car to you, their goal is to get you approved for that truck you plan on buying. And they're going to do whatever it takes, such as if they got to run your credit 20 times to get you approved for a bad loan, they're going to do so. So it's always best for you to go to your credit union or bank to get a better rate. Another thing is, you want to choose a shorter loan term. You don't want to do anything past 3 to 4, honestly, in my personal opinion. Anything past 3 to 4, I would say you want to, because it's doing this gonna really cut interest and stuff, and it's gonna cut the interest down for you. 3 to 4 is more so realistic. Anything 5, 6 plus up, that's something that I would definitely say don't do. If you having those kind of rates, that means you definitely got to put, I think you'll be fine if you're doing 20% down. If you're doing a good amount of money down, the years and stuff should really be very, very minimum. It shouldn't be anything over 5 years or something like that, honestly, in my personal opinion. And always, you want to make sure you shop around lenders before you go to the dealership to pretty much try to get a car out the door and stuff like that. You want to make sure you obviously look around, go to multiple different places before doing so. Now, these are my what I'm about to give you guys, right? This is like really like the step I will follow. Now, you don't have to listen to me, but I've done this like probably, I financed maybe I'll say like 3 cars ever in my life, and I paid them all off. So the first one, obviously I never followed this step, so I learned from the first mistake I made. So I'll say probably might be 3 or 4, but I'll say this is what I would do. This is like a checklist right here for you guys. If you're still listening, this is a checklist right here. First thing, if you are going a financing route, obviously this is if you are going a financing route, check your credit. Check your credit first. Know your score. If you have over 620 plus, it's good. And pretty much it's going to report for like better rates if you plan on getting any kind of, financing loan and stuff like that from, like the bank and stuff. 620 and up, honestly, is a good, I wouldn't say it's the best credit score, but to me, that's considered like good, to be able to get like a better rate. Number 2, this is the biggest step that a lot of people tend to miss, which is save for a big down payment. You want to aim for 20% to reduce borrowing and interest rate. The more money you pay down up front, the less you lose to interest and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? If you let's say if you're buying one of these trucks, the truck is like probably, realistically, I'm gonna say 2025 truck prices, 40,000. I'll say 40,000 is a pickup truck, right? You plan on financing it, so you're gonna do 20% of that. Not good at math, so I ain't gonna sit here and give you guys exactly what the exact number is, but 20% is what you want to aim for. Why? Because pretty much it's going to reduce your borrowing and your interest rate and stuff like that. So meaning that you're going to put more money up front, and the less you lose to interest, pretty much the more money you put down, you're going to lose less. Second thing is you want to make sure you get a pre-approval. Get a loan offer from your bank, credit union before visiting the dealership. This give you leverage, because honestly, I wouldn't recommend anybody going to a dealership to try to get a loan from there, straight from a bank, letting them run your credit score like over 100 times. Just simply go to your bank. We all got banks. Credit union is, in my personal opinion, I think a credit union is way better. Go there, get a pre-approval rate. And the good thing about doing this too, guys, you gotta understand, is the fact that when you do this, most of the time your bank is gonna try to give you like the best loan option ever. They really trying to help you out. It's not like you go into a dealership where they trying to screw you over. They just trying to sell you that car. So they're gonna do whatever it takes. If it's gotta run your credit over 20 times to get you into that car, they're gonna do it. Because why? They want to sell you that car at the end of the day. Now while you're shopping and doing some shopping, another thing I would say is you want to make sure you shop like lenders and stuff like that. Compare rates from banks, credit union, often like the best rates, and online lenders, also to find like the lowest APR fees and terms and stuff like that. Now this is something that I'll say most people probably don't pay attention to, because I get it. We all, I myself, I've been there before, where I want to get a car so bad, and whatever rate I get, the first 2, I'm locking that in to go try to get this car as soon as possible. But learning from what I've learned in the past, what I've done in the past, I think that this is like the best step for you to follow, especially to get yourself the best rate ever and save yourself a lot of money. And you ain't gonna be stuck in a 5, 6, 7 year car loan and stuff like that, losing out on a ton of money. So it's definitely important. Next thing I'll say, you gotta negotiate the truck price first. Focus on the price, honestly, the price of stuff with all the fees and stuff before, even if you plan on trading or financing to avoid dealer tricks. I would say, honestly, that's one good thing right about this, right? When you go to your bank gave you some kind of loan and stuff, you really is like the man, because the dealership can't really tell you much because you already have the full amount for the vehicle. Now what do you got to do is try to talk to them, negotiate try to get them to knock off a couple thousands and stuff. That's the same thing I did with this truck. Try to get them to knock some money off. That way, once they agree to it, you hand them the check. Whatever left, you give back to your bank. And it's a win-win for you. You don't have to go through the process of you sitting down to let them run your credit. You got the most saying in that point because you have the money already. See what I'm saying? So it makes so much sense for you to do so. Always make sure you try to negotiate some kind of deal. Get some kind of deal. Make some kind of deal just so you can have the upper hand. Another thing that is huge is you got to keep your loan term short. Like shorter term loan from like 3 to 4 years mean higher payments, but much less total interest paid. Pretty much, like if you have, I get it, if you have like a 3 to 4 year loan, even though let's say you probably paying for 40, depending on your credit, I'm just putting out numbers out there, $40,000 pickup truck, right? You buying it used, financing and stuff like that. Let's say your credit like 620 plus, you probably be paying like 350 most, 400 most, I'll say. And then like, even though you're paying that much, but this is a short-term loan, so you're not really gonna like lose much, honestly. I mean, even though you're still gonna lose money, but my point is that you're not losing, you're not gonna be paying a lot of interest. Like you're not really gonna pay a lot of interest. It's much, much better. So this is like my key strategies, I'll say, to avoid losing money. If you have cash, pay cash if possible. You want to, eliminate all the interest and risk of overspending. Sometimes some dealerships, though, if you have cash, they willing to hear what you got to say. They say cash is king at the end of the day. Avoid high interest loan. Bank often charge more for older, a higher mileage vehicle, so you want to shop around for those rates and stuff. That's one thing to keep in mind. Be aware of extras, like decline, like the expensive the dealership. Sometimes dealerships want to sell you freaking warranty add-ons, like protection plans and stuff like that. Stuff like that, I just wouldn't pay no attention to. Your time you purchase, meaning like I'll say like you really want to buy, like if you guys know, right, the beginning of the year is like the worst time, honestly, in my personal opinion, around tax time, to buy a vehicle, because that's when dealerships tend to turn up their price and stuff, because they know for a fact people are going to be getting their tax money, such and such. So you really want to do, the best time is the end of the month, quarter, or I'll say like the ending of the year too. Another thing I'll say, dealership give you discounts, stuff like that. But this is like to finance a truck, a used truck, without losing any kind of money. Everything I stated on here is 100% doable, but it depends on you at the end of the day. It depends on you. And like I stated before, I've done this a couple times before. First time I learned the hard way. Now I more so have like the sense and to know exactly what to do and what to look for and stuff like that. But I'm about to end this video, guys. If you guys are still watching, I appreciate the support. Also, do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed, like this video, make sure you hit that like, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, stay safe. Peace out.